You know, there's a battle we all fight every single day, and it's not the one you see out in the world. Nope, it's the one that happens right inside our own heads. So today we're going to talk about that internal war and how to win it.
All right, let's kick things off with this incredible idea from Aristotle. He said, what is a friend? A single soul dwelling in two bodies. I mean, think about that. It's this perfect picture of unity, right? Two people so connected, they're basically one. That's the dream.
But what if we flip that on its head? What if, for most of us, the reality isn't that beautiful harmony? What if it's more like two souls at war, but inside one body, your body? This, right here, is the central struggle of being human. It kind of defines everything.
So that brings us to our first section, a single soul divided. We're going to dive deep into this conflict, this battle between the part of you that wants to act and create, and the part that just wants to sabotage the whole thing. It's like the creator and the destroyer, living behind the exact same pair of eyes.
You know, even Benjamin Franklin saw it this way. He straight up said, "Be at war with your vices." Think about that phrasing. This isn't a gentle suggestion or a friendly negotiation. It's war. It's active, daily combat against our own worst instincts, and the entire battlefield is inside your own mind.
Okay, so if you're going to win a war, what's the first thing you need to do? You've got to know your enemy, right? You have to be able to name it. So let's give this internal saboteur, this shadow self, a proper name. We're going to call it resistance.
Yeah, the author Stephen Pressfield gave it this name, resistance. And he describes it as this impersonal force, almost like gravity. Its only job, its entire reason for being is to stop you from becoming who you're meant to be. It literally feeds on your unlived life. It's the voice of procrastination, that nagging doubt, that urge for self-destruction. That's resistance. And here's the thing about resistance. It's so sneaky. It doesn't scream at you like an enemy. It whispers. It sounds totally reasonable. It's the voice that says, you can start on Monday. Or, go on, you deserve a break. But meanwhile, that other voice, the voice of your true self, it's much quieter. It just says, the work matters, and show up today.
All right, so we've identified the enemy. We've named it. Now for the big question. How the heck do we fight it? To win a war, you need more than just guts. You need tactics. You need an arsenal. And we're about to build one, using a playbook from a pretty surprising source.
Let's actually borrow a framework from the Navy SEALs. They have these 4 laws of combat that work perfectly for our internal war. First up, cover and move. This is all about breaking a big scary task down into tiny pieces. One action provides the cover for the next move, like just putting on your running shoes. That's it. That's the cover. The move? Just opening the front door. See? Easy. Second? Simple. Resistance absolutely loves complexity. It thrives in it. So instead of that perfect hour-long workout you've planned, just commit to a simple 10-minute walk. Done. Third, prioritize and execute. You know that one hard thing you've been avoiding? Do that first. Make that difficult phone call before you even glance at your email. Get it out of the way. And finally, number 4, decentralize command. This just means you're in charge. You trust yourself to adapt. If the plan goes sideways, and it will, you call an audible. You adjust. A disruption doesn't have to mean a surrender. You're the commander here.
And we're back to good old Ben Franklin. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. This hits so hard, right? Because preparation isn't about having the perfect plan or waiting for the perfect moment. It's just about consciously showing up to the fight each morning, knowing it's coming. Just that awareness, that simple choice to actually engage, that's the preparation. I love this idea from Coach Mike Boyle. He basically said the best way to get in shape is just have a good practice, not a perfect one. See, resistance wants you to obsess over the perfect workout you're gonna do tomorrow. Your true self, it just wants you to do a pretty good enough one today. It's a game changer when you realize that consistency will always beat intensity.
So this all sounds good in theory, right? But what does it actually look like in the real world? Well, let's talk about someone who absolutely mastered this daily fight and ended up changing an entire industry because of it.
Her name is Esther Dyson. Back in 1983, she started this tiny, simple newsletter. Seriously, it was just printed on blue paper. But fast forward just 4 years to 1987, and a subscription cost $700 a year. How? She just showed up. Month after month, year after year, she did the work. And get this, at its absolute peak, her newsletter had fewer than 5,000 subscribers. I mean, in today's world, that's nothing, right? That's barely a micro-influencer. But that's the whole point. This story isn't about having a huge audience, it's about having a huge impact.
So why did it work so well? Well, for one, she had the guts to go first. She had the vision to basically curate the entire conversation for the tech industry. But the real secret weapon? Relentless consistency. She just showed up when everyone else made excuses. Day in and day out, she beat resistance at its own game. And that, my friends, is what made her a legend.
And all of this, it leads us to the real reason we fight, the ultimate goal. Winning this internal war isn't just about ticking more boxes or being more productive. It's about becoming whole. It's about finally learning how to be a friend to yourself.
You know, Bruce Lee had this incredible insight. He said there are no limits, only plateaus. And that's exactly where resistance loves to hang out. It wants to convince you that this plateau, this ceiling you've hit, is the end of the line. It wants you to believe it's a permanent sky. But Bruce Lee's challenge to us is so powerful. You must go beyond them. That plateau is never the summit.
So what happens when you try to go beyond that plateau and you fall flat on your face? It's going to happen. And that's where this piece of wisdom from Mary Pickford comes in. She said failure isn't the falling down part, it's the staying down. See, resistance only wins if you don't get back up. But the beautiful thing is, every single morning is a fresh start. Every day is a new day one. And the mindset you bring to this fight is everything. I think St. Augustine nailed it when he talked about pride versus humility. Pride, that's just resistance wearing a fancy crown. It's the voice that says, you shouldn't have to struggle like this. This should be easier. Humility, on the other hand, just accepts the dailiness of it all. It accepts the grind. It's that quiet strength that allows you to show up on day 2 and day 200 without needing everything to be perfect.
So let's get down to the bottom line here. Every single one of us has a shadow self. Every one of us faces resistance every single day. That's not the tragedy. Not at all. The real tragedy is to just sleepwalk through it all, to be completely unconscious that this battle for your own potential is even happening. Just becoming aware, that's the first victory.
So in the end, it all boils down to a very simple, very ancient question. Every morning, 2 souls wake up inside of you. There's the one that wants to create, to strive, to grow. And there's the other one, the one that wants to coast, to take it easy, to stay comfortable. You can't kill either of them. They're both part of you. But you get to decide which one you feed. So, which soul will you feed today?